Hello and welcome to Cosmic Cooking. Today's episode we are going to be cooking a St. Patty's Day dinner. I know you're all saying, what is he thinking? St. Patty's Day was a few days ago, but with our schedule I'm unable to cook certain things. So we just push it off to the weekend, and here it is, the weekend. So what we are going to be starting off with is what is it? It is shepherd's pie potato skins. We're going to go ahead, get you set up, and show you what we're doing. Alright, so we got most of the boring stuff out of the way, and that's coring the potatoes and measuring everything. So what we have is 5 potatoes cored out, and we're doing twice baked potatoes here. And then this is a double batch, so we have 2 pounds of ground beef. We're going to be cooking that in olive oil, 1 whole onion, 2 cloves of garlic, a can of mixed vegetables, 1 cup of beef stock. We substitute salt for Mrs. Dash, so that is, 1 tablespoon of Mrs. Dash, 1 tablespoon of thyme, 1 tablespoon of oregano, and a pinch of pepper. Mind you, this is a double batch here. So we're going to set you up over by the skillet, and we're going to get going. So this is a pretty simple recipe, honestly. What we're going to do is brown our hamburger first. And then add in all our spices and other ingredients. So you probably saw me pool or create a pool for the middle. What I was trying to do was reduce all that liquid and try to get the beef flavor, which is exactly what happened and exactly what I needed. So what we're going to do is let this cool a little bit, and then we're going to bring you over to the final steps. Okay, you see I've gotten most of them assembled. I figured I'd save you some time and trouble. This is going to be a long episode. So we have our hamburger mix, and what I'm simply doing is stuffing them as much as possible, because the more the merrier, right? And we're going to do the other one. And look at that, we even have a little bit left over to do a taste test. Which we will not be doing a taste test tonight, because this is for tomorrow's dinner. So there you have it. And what this is a 1-gallon bag with mashed potatoes. What's in the mashed potatoes is a half a stick of butter, which I believe is 4 tablespoons, and a half a cup of heavy cream. You cut the corner off, and you have a makeshift decorating bag, like so. And one more time. Looks like we have just enough. That over there. Yep, we have just enough. And there you have it. We have shepherd's pie potato skins ready to rock and roll. We're going to throw these in the oven at 350 until they're warm, and then the last 5 minutes we'll throw some cheese on top and we'll be ready to eat them. Alright, next item on the menu is cheesy Brussels sprout bake. So what you see over here is probably about 3 pounds of Brussels sprouts. This is 2 heads of green onion, or 2 bunches of green onion. We'll be using half of that. We have 1 pound of bacon. That was 6 ounces of what they call Gruyere, I believe. Gruyere, which is just a hard Swiss cheese. We have sharp cheddar here, 4 tablespoons of butter, and a little bit of cayenne. Also, some heavy whipping cream. So we're going to set you up over at the stove, and we'll get back to you. So in this recipe, what we want to do is cook off our Brussels sprouts. So we have our 3 pounds. We're going to add our 4 tablespoons of butter, and then we're going to add some cayenne pepper. Not too many people are a big fan of this around here, so I'm going to try to go as light as possible.
Good. That is not light.
Like so. Now that these are halfway there, we're going to go ahead and add our bacon. And half of our green onions. We're going to mix that all together and finish this off. Now that our Brussels sprouts, bacon, and green onions are done, we're going to go ahead and do final assembly on this one. This is a pretty easy one. I actually like this. Smells amazing. It really took no time whatsoever to do.
And those were fresh Brussels sprouts.
Yes, fresh Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, we froze ourselves like professionals.
So, this is pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and add the cheese. Oh, why not, right? You only live once. I'm going to add the other cheese as well. Look at all that, huh, people? Oh my. Just like so. And then, I believe it is 3/4 cup of heavy cream, but this is a double batch, so I'm going to call this 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Just like that. And again, we won't be cooking this tonight. We're cooking it tomorrow for dinner. So what we're going to do is let it cool off, throw it in the fridge, and when it comes time to cook, once again, this is 350 until it's really nice and bubbly and starts to thicken up. It smells delicious. It looks really good, and cannot wait for this one. Now the last thing that we're creating for our St. Patty's Day dinner is barbecue beef mash pot pie. I'm going to start with 4 pounds of Hamburg, 2 large onions, 4 plum tomatoes. We have a little experiment to do with that. 1/2 cup of ketchup, homemade from our garden. We have a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, a tablespoon of molasses, and a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Everything looks larger because it's a double batch. So you're probably wondering why I have a pot of dirt here. If you didn't know, we are gardeners as well. We are part of a worldwide conglomeration.
Show 'em what I'm doing over here too.
Called Shed Wars. So we had our green onions, and what Gina is doing is going to go ahead and plant them right in the dirt, because these will keep producing more and more green onions, less money we have to spend at the store. So in this recipe, it calls for hollowed out plum tomatoes. What we're going to do is scrape all that juicy deliciousness right into the pot here, like so. Last year we did this with a pepper. We utilized the pepper for cooking, cut out the center, and planted it.
Just like that, not even separating the seeds, just planting the center.
Yep, exactly.
And it worked wonderfully. We ended up with like 40 plants.
Yeah, I think it was like 36 plants, but yeah. Yeah, I may need another pot too. So we just wanted to show you this quick little tip. Technically growing from the grocery store, which was a gladiator challenge from last year.
And this is a great tip for anyone, because why just throw things away if you can potentially make more food from nothing?
Yeah. And with the world being as crazy as it is right now, why not try to supply your own food? So Gina's going to go outside and grab another pot, because I think that's too much. But there you have it. We're going to separate this a little bit, throw some dirt on top of it, and see if we can grow some tomatoes. So we're going to start this recipe off with 3 tablespoons of olive oil, browning off our 4 pounds of Hamburg, and adding in our onions. Yeah, looks like we have extra onions. So the final ingredients consist of the tomatoes, which you saw that excellent gardening tip. The Worcestershire sauce and Dijon mustard. Molasses, and some of that homemade ketchup. I think I might need to add a little bit more of the homemade ketchup, to be honest. We'll see. We're going to say that much more. Alright, there you have it. Our barbecue beef is ready And final assembly is coming right up. You're thinking, this pan's a little bit overkill, and I do agree. Unfortunately, we don't have anything smaller or larger enough to be able to do what we're doing here. So we're going to lay out that barbecue beef. It smells amazing, it really does. We're going to top it with green onions. This isn't required in it, but we have extra green onions, and why not spice it up a bit? Then comes the potatoes. Final product, we have our twice baked potato skins stuffed with the American shepherd's pie. We have our barbecue beef pot pie, and we have our cheesy Brussels sprouts. We will be eating this all weekend long. I guarantee these will go first. Yeah, looks good to me.
Hello, welcome to Cosmic Cultivators Cooking Edition. The husband just got done making our delicious Irish dinner, and I am working on the dessert. So let me set you guys up and show you what I got going on. Gina is doing her famous cheesecake because that's about all I can cook, so we're gonna run with it. Chris picked the recipe. It is a Kahlua Mudslide Cheesecake, and yeah, there's actual alcohol in this cheesecake, which obviously will get cooked off during. This is vodka with some vanilla mixed in. But obviously the alcohol is going to get cooked off in the baking process, so you don't really have to worry about all that jazz, even if you got children around. Your camping nose, I gotta use it.
Oh, I thought you measured everything out.
Yeah, I measured that. That is exactly a nip. I put it back in the bottle. So yeah, just a good thing to know. 1/3 cup of Kahlua and Bailey's is a nip. Well, there's a little more than 1/3 in the nip, but we're calling it 1/3. It's like 1/3 in a splash. So this will be my first time ever adding alcohol to a cheesecake. By the way, if you need your cream cheese to soften really quick, let your husband do some cooking and put your cream cheese on the stove.
So do you know the ingredients, or should I just label them in the video?
It is sugar, cream cheese. Do you want me to be more specific?
I can label them in the video.
It is 1 cup of sugar, 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, which we're going to add our sugar in now, 3 large eggs, and you want them to be at room temperature. So really over here all we're doing is opening the cream cheese, putting it in the bowl, adding the sugar, and we're going to take this over to the mixer, and we're going to add in each egg individually. Over here at the mixer. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Yep, there we go. Gotta make sure we lock it in place.
So you don't need the caps?
No, I'm good with those. So first we're gonna start adding in our eggs. We already had our crust done, which is 1 3/4 cups graham cracker crumbs and a half a cup of sugar. So we're literally, you can bake your crust for 8 to 9 minutes at 350 to set it up. We never do that, and it comes out perfectly fine. So we're gonna add our mudslide to our crust, and we're gonna create a water bath for this, and it is going in the oven. I'm not sure, I think it's 325.
So cheesecake has come out. The 4 holes you're seeing it from the cake tester. Looks good. It's starting to separate from the edge, which is a great sign. And yeah, unfortunately it took, what was it, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah, an hour and a half instead of 45 minutes. We think these Irish people were drinking way too much when they're making cheesecake recipes. So we hope you enjoyed this delicious 3-course meal with dessert and a gardening tip.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't get to celebrate most holidays on the actual holiday. We have to do the weekend warrior thing.
Yep.
And we wanted to share our Irish foods with you. Something other than a boiled dinner, which is very traditional.
Yes, and that's what we usually do. But this year I said no, I want something different, and
We're trying to avoid salt too.
yeah. Needless to say, boiled dinner is pretty salty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the corned beef itself, really.
Yeah. So here you have a relatively healthier meal, besides the carb overload.
We don't eat carbs a whole lot, so it will be a treat for us.
Yes, it will. And well, we hope you enjoyed this belated St. Paddy's Day dinner. We definitely will. This looks absolutely amazing.
Sending lots of Irish blessings to you all.
Yep. And yeah, we'll let you know how it all goes probably tomorrow night. Well, I should say Saturday night, because I don't know when this video is going to come out. So we'll let you know how it all tastes Saturday night at our live. So, anything else?
No?
No?
Be safe, be well,
Peace, love, and happiness. Have a good one.
and keep on growing in this episode.
Yes.